Good day, everybody. Good day. Welcome to Morning Sip with Rev Melissa. I am Rev Melissa, and it's wonderful to be with you all today. Good day, Linda from the mountains of Colorado. Good day, everyone joining me. We're live on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and we are streaming on New Thought Media Network. Shay, it's good to see you. So, welcome, everyone. It's funny, Sekou texted me a few minutes ago and he was like, "Are you doing the show today?" And I responded that I was on the fence. I was on the fence this morning. And then after my morning practice, my morning spiritual practice, Sekou, I got off the fence. I know, Sekou. I know. You got me. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to do what I always do. I'm just going to keep it real and let y'all know what's going on in my universe right now. So I hope everyone is doing well. It's just so good to be here. It really is. It's so good to be here. And let me go back. Um, let me go back to Friday. So Friday was supposed to be our meditation with the full moon, and um, that did not happen. Many of you know, and many of you reached out to just check in and see what was going on, and I appreciate that so much. You all doing that, and oh, let me turn on. I just realized I didn't turn on Instagram. So I just turned I just turned Instagram on. So hey Instagram. So let me share what happened. So my niece, I have a grand niece. She is my brother's daughter's daughter, just so you kind of get the sense of it. And she passed away. She was only 19 years old. Her birthday is coming up. It's March 28th. She would have been 20 years old. And I'm not going to go into the whole story about what happened, but needless to say, anyone that dies at such a young age, it is a tragedy and it is painful, like all deaths of of our loved ones are. But the circumstances in which she passed, um, was was really challenging. It was really challenging. And I've been just sitting in the challenge of it, and sitting in the challenge of her passing and the way in which she passed. Um, she was on life support, and she was taken off of life support on Friday. She had severe kidney disease most of her life since she was about 6 years old. And um, and so she's had a very painful life. She's had a very painful life on so many levels. And it's been challenging. So she passed on Friday. I was at the hospital with my sister, with some family members, with my grandniece's parents, and with her brothers. And it was really hard. It was really, really hard. And when I got home on Friday, I was I shared with my girls what happened. Of course, they were devastated. This was their cousin. And I felt I guess I felt numb for a while, like even at the hospital, because I'm the minister in the family. There's this expectation that um, I'm going to minister, regardless of what the circumstances, the situation is. That I'm going to minister because I'm one of the ministers in our family. And it was really challenging for me to show up as that, given the nature of everything that happened. And this is my grandniece. But yet still, people look to me for that support. And I did the best I did the best that I could, y'all. I really did. And the challenge for me, what made it so challenging for me was I had so much judgment. I had so much judgment about the whole situation. I had so much judgment towards my niece, whose daughter passed away. I had so much judgment about um, her father, just judgment. And it was really difficult for me to navigate um, that feeling in the moment. I was very much aware of what I was feeling. I was very much aware that I was in judgment. And I knew enough not to push it away. I I draw my feelings closer to me, regardless of what the feeling is. So there were three feelings that were activated in this: judgment, anger, and sadness, all at the same time. So Saturday, I'm in a class being taught by Joel Fastinos, who is this amazing publisher and writer and all of these things. And we've been going through Julia Cameron's work, her Artist Way trilogy. And so we're in the last book, Finding Water. And I have it here. And so we start the class by Joel sharing the highlights for him. And then we all go around and we share whatever it is that we want to share. Now, I was pretty raw. This was the next day. And I woke up knowing that I was going to go to this class. It's virtual because I just needed to be in that energy with this particular group of people. Um, that's what I knew that I needed. So that's what I did. And he reads this. He reads this, and I'm going to share it with you. So it's from the book Julia Cameron, Finding Water. It's part of the trilogy of her Artist Way books. So Julia writes, I am a writer, and writers write. Every day that I write, I am keeping my side of the bargain. I must be willing to write from a spirit of service, to write simply because writers write. So he shared that. Now, I had read this, and when I read it, it didn't stick out to me. But when I heard him read it and given everything that had happened, it really hit me. And what I did was I substituted the word writer for minister. And so for me, it read as I am a minister and ministers minister. Every day that I minister, I am keeping my side of the bargain. I must be willing to minister from a spirit of service, to minister simply because ministers minister. So you could drop in whatever it is that you are for yourself. If you are a writer, if you are an artist, if you are a therapist, if you are whatever it is, you could drop that in. I am blank, and blank do whatever that is. Every day, every day, every day. I'm keeping my side of the bargain. I'm keeping my side of the bargain from a spirit of service. So that really resonated with me. And lo and behold, on Saturday, I also had a funeral to go to. One of the congregants at Rockland CSL's grandfather passed away, and the funeral was on Saturday. And again, I was torn about going because I felt so raw. And I was like, girl, the last place you need to be is at a funeral, right? But then after Joel shared those couple of lines, I am a minister, ministers minister. And I checked in with myself to see if I was going, if I decided to go to this funeral, was I going from a place from the spirit of service or from the spirit of obligation? And when I checked in with myself, I was going from a spirit of service. So I went. I went to the service. It was a beautiful service. It was in a Catholic church. And one of the things that I love about Catholic services, masses, is the rituals. I love all the rituals. I love all the getting up and the sitting down. I love the call and response that they do. I love that they do communion. I love all of those aspects of Catholic masses. I love that people who are Catholic know exactly what's going on and what to do and what to say and when to say it. I love all of those things. And it felt good just to be in that energy because the grandfather was greatly loved. It was evident that he was greatly loved. And so after the services, there was a couple of folks there from Rockland CSL. So we all connected. Some knew that my grandniece had passed away on Friday. Some didn't. I didn't share it with anyone who didn't know at the time. And so the one of the granddaughters um, came up to me. She's a grown woman, and we know each other fairly well. I'm closer with her sister, who's a congregant of Rockland CSL, but every now and then she would come to services with her sister. And we've spoken off and on, but it's been quite some time that we've spoken. And so I went to give my condolences to her. And she pulled me to the side and she said to me, what I said to her made such a difference in her life. And because of my ministry, she was able to be there. She was able to be inside in this Catholic church. She was able to be there for her family, for her father. And I'm taking this in, and I'm trying to think back on my mind, like, what is she talking about? What did I say to you? Of course I didn't ask her, but I knew it must have been something from quite some time ago because I have no recollection of what she's talking about. So this morning, and I'm sharing all of this detail because I really want to demonstrate and show that God is everywhere that we are, that God is forever present. And when we remain open, even when we are in sadness, anger, and judgment, when we remain open, we receive what we need. We receive what we need. So this morning, I'm doing my spiritual practice, and there was something that Bob Roth, who leads the live transcendental meditations, it was something that he shared either this morning or yesterday, and I couldn't remember which. And they post the poems and the quotes that he says on this transcendental meditation Facebook page. And since I couldn't remember, I said, let me just go on and see what it was. So I go on Facebook and I find it. And he had just said it this morning. And I was like, wow. He just said it this morning. And so I wrote it down. And then my eye caught that I had messages in Facebook Messenger. And I wasn't going to check it because I'm doing my spiritual practice. Let's stay focused. Don't get sucked into, the social media stuff. But my mind, my intuition kept telling me to check the messages. So I go into Facebook Messenger and there's a message from the granddaughter, the woman who said what she said to me at her grandfather's funeral. And so I'm going to share with you, because I wrote it down, what she wrote to me in Facebook Messenger. She said, I can't express my gratitude for the gift you have given me. I got to forgive my dad the day you told your story about yours. I let love and God and energy in. You gave my life such a gift by just being you. So as soon as I read that message, I remembered that what she was talking about. It was a sermon that I had given years ago about healing my relationship with my father. And unbeknownst to me, she had a similar um, situation with her father. And my sharing that story was a healing for her in her relationship with her father. And now, these years later, her grandfather passes away, and she's able to show up, be in a Catholic church, be with her father, and have this relationship with her father now. I had no idea. I had no idea that this had happened until she shared this with me. So, I am a minister, and ministers minister. And sometimes, y'all, ministers feel judgmental because you know what else? And this is what I had to remind myself. And this is what I got to kind of process through, because I needed some support with processing this through. And so the other day I reached out to a dear friend. He's a practitioner. He's an amazing prayer. And I was just sharing with him a little bit about what happened and the fact that I was feeling such judgment about everything. And I didn't know, I was having such a hard time um, accepting that I was feeling such judgment, right? And when he asked me, well, what do you want prayer for? The first thing that dropped in was being human, being human. And he said, oh, that's a good one. Yes. Yes. You get to be human, right? Divinely human. I get to be divinely human. You get to be divinely human. And so I think what I want to share in sharing all of this is that our feelings, even feelings of anger, judgment, all of the things, the whole spectrum of feelings is being human. And it's important that we are being human. It's important that we are feeling our feelings. I think I have said that probably 1,000 times. It's important, right? And we know we say it, I say it, and then I'm like, girl, listen to what you're saying. It's okay to feel judgmental. It's just a feeling. It's not who I am. It's just a feeling. And so I was able to really work through that. And in the company of all of the sadness became like a comfort and actually. And then just to put like the seal on it, the next thing I did this morning in my spiritual practice was my inspirational reading. And today I was reading from Our Daily Bread. And the title is God Given Skills and Talents. God given skills and talents. And I'll read one sentence. Each of us has unique, God given gifts that we can use to serve others. I am a minister. I minister from a spirit of service. That is what I get to do. That is part of who I am. It's not all of me. It's an aspect of who I am in my humanness and in my divineness. And so when I think about my qualities for 2025, one of them is grace. And so slowly, my feelings of judgment towards my niece specifically, the mother, um, is transforming to grace. Now, that doesn't mean that I am in agreement with anything that has happened. It just means that I could be in the place of grace. I could be in the place of grace towards her and the whole situation. So I wanted to share that because this is what's up for me right now. And I think it's important for me as part of Morning Sip to share what's real for me with the intention that it may be real for someone as well, and that they could use um, my share and apply it in some way, shape, and form to something that you may be going through in your life now or tomorrow, or to heal something from the past that you've been carrying into today and you may carry into tomorrow. So we're on a healing journey, y'all. It looks the way it looks. Sometimes it looks messy. Sometimes it looks judgmental. Sometimes it looks fly and dope. But whatever it looks like, that's what it is. And I think it's important that we are with what is, that we are with what is, because there's so many gifts that come when we are in a place of willingness, openness to receive. So that's what I wanted to share today. Let me check in with y'all. Okay, all right. Oh, thank you, Fee King. I'm so happy to see your face and hear your voice. Welcome back. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, tell the truth. Yes, yes. Say cool. I can't imagine, bless her heart. I'm so sad to hear these details. We love that you're a transparent and real minister in our lives. Thank you, Fee King. That really means a lot to me. Yes, Shay, rightfully so, must say, yes. And Fee, I pray that Rev Melissa reminds herself to be kind, loving, patient, and caring with and for herself. That was another thing that came through for me, Fee, in my writing this morning was to be gentle and kind with myself. Yes. Hey, Deborah. Yes, Fee. I am a writer and writes my God. Yes, I needed this reminder. Praise God. Yes, the substitution is that allowance. Yes, yes. Whatever it is you are, be that. Be your gift. Be your gift. Yes, Deborah. We get to minister to ourselves. I get to minister to myself. It's ministry for all, and that's what you do. Thank you, Deborah. I received that. I received that. And Shay, I agree with this lady. You just being you is healing. Thank you, Shay. And Shay said, yep, even Jesus flipped some tables. Yeah. Feeling my anger over here, girl, way better than stuffing it. Absolutely, absolutely. And then Fee is so real for me. I'm still insecure about owning and sharing anger. I applaud you. You're giving me permission to feel the feelings, to feel the Fee King without owning it as who I am, because it is not who I am, but what I am feeling. We need our Rev Melissa. Oh, thank y'all. Thank y'all for all of that. It is quite affirming for me. And I just put it right back to you to show up as the gift that you are because it's needed in the world. It really is needed in the world. And we navigate, we navigate and we learn and we grow and we heal. And then guess what? We learn and we grow and we heal. And, repeat, 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 repeat. And in that, be gentle and kind with ourselves. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, let's see. Well, I done talked the whole 30 minutes. Um, I'll share joy news tomorrow. We can end here. Thank you all so much. I appreciate your love. I appreciate the condolences. I appreciate your availability to me whenever I may need it. You know who you are. I appreciate y'all so much. So, peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and justice. We are living life in joy. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Connected to our yes.